Hello everyone, welcome back to our podcast. My name is Adenia and I will be your host today. I hope all of you are doing well. Today we are going to discuss a topic that is often debated at many universities. The topic is, should smoking be allowed on campus? Some people believe that smoking is a personal choice and should be respected, while others think that smoking should be completely prohibited to protect everyone's health. To discuss this topic, I am joining by our guest speaker, Salma. Welcome to our podcast, Salma.
Hello Nia, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very happy to be there and I'm excited to discuss this important topic with you today.
Thank you for joining us. Let's begin with a simple question. What is your opinion about smoking on campus?
Personally, I believe that smoking should not be allowed on campus. I think university should be a clean, healthy and comfortable place where students can study without being disturbed by cigarette smoke. Everyone deserves fresh air while learning and working.
That's an interesting opinion. However, many smokers say that smoking is their personal right and that other people should respect their decision. What do you think about that argument?
I agree that everyone has the right to make their own choice, including whether they want to smoke or not. However, personal freedom should not harm other people. When someone smokes in public place, the smoke spread into the surrounding area. People nearby have no choice but to breathe it in, even if they don't smoke. That is why I believe there should be some limitation.
I understand. So, would you say that passive smokers are also affected?
Yes, absolutely. Passive smokers can experience many health problems. According to health experts, secondhand smoke contains harmful chemicals that can cause lung disease, heart disease, and breathing problems in some cases. Passive smoking can be just as dangerous as smoking itself.
Besides health problems, do you think smoking affects the learning environment on campus?
Yes, I do. A good learning environment should make students feel comfortable and focused. When people smoke near classroom or campus buildings, the smell can enter the rooms. Some students might feel uncomfortable, lose concentration, or even experience headache. This can reduce the quality of learning.
That's true. Besides that, what other negative impact can smoking have on the campus environment?
Smoking also affects the cleanliness of the campus. Cigarette butts are often thrown on the ground, making the campus look dirty. In addition, cigarette smoke contributes to air pollution. A clean and green campus reflects a positive image of the university. So maintaining cleanliness is very important.
Some students argue that banning smoking completely is unfair because smokers also pay tuition and have the same rights as everyone else. How would you respond to that?
I understand their concern and I respect their opinion. However, universities must prioritize the health and safety of the entire academic community. The rights of smokers should be balanced with the rights of non-smokers. Protecting public health should always come first.
Instead of banning smoking completely, do you think creating designated smoking areas would be a better solution?
Yes, I think that is a fair compromise. Universities can provide smoking
In your opinion, what are the benefits of having a smoke-free campus?
There are many benefits. First, students and lecturers can enjoy clean air. Second, the campus become cleaner because there is less cigarette waste. Third, students are encouraged to live healthier lifestyle. Finally, a smoke-free campus creates a more comfortable environment for studying, teaching, and conducting research.
Okay, do you think university should educate students about the danger of smoking?
Definitely, education is very important. Universities should organize seminars, health campaigns, and awareness programs about the dangers of smoking. Students need accurate information so they can make better decisions about their health.
What about students who are already addicted to smoking? Should the university help them?
Yes, I think so. Instead of only giving punishment, universities should also provide support. For example, they can offer counseling service, health consultations, or smoking cessation programs. Helping students quit smoking is much more effective than simply punishing them.
That's very thoughtful idea. Before we finish, I'd like to ask one final question. If you became the rector of a university, what policy would you implement regarding smoking?
If I were the director, I would make the campus smoke-free except for designated smoking areas outside in the main academic buildings. I would also introduce strict rules against smoking in classrooms, libraries, laboratories, and cafeterias. At the same time, I would provide educational programs and counseling service to help students who don't want to quit smoking.
Okay, thank you, Salma. Before we end today's discussion, would you summarize your opinion in a few sentences?
Of course, in conclusion, I believe smoking should not be allowed on campus because it has negative effect on health, the learning environment, and campus cleanliness. A university should be a safe and healthy place for everyone. Although smoking is a personal choice, it should not negatively affect other people. Therefore, I support smoke-free campus with designated smoking areas outside the main academic buildings.
Okay, thank you so much, Salma, for sharing your valuable opinions and insight. I really enjoy our discussion today, and I hope our listeners learn something new about this issue.
Thank you, Adenia. It was a pleasure to join this podcast. I hope our discussion encourages everyone to think more about creating a healthier campus environment.
And thank you to everyone who listened to our podcast today. We hope this discussion has helped you understand both sides of the issue and inspired you to think critically about smoking on campus. Don't forget to stay healthy, take care of yourself, and see you in our next podcast. Bye everyone!
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful day. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. I'm Salma, and I will be your host today. I hope all of you are doing well. Today, we are going to discuss an interesting and important topic: why should university students learn English? As we know, English has become an international language that is used in education, business, technology, and communication around the world. But is learning English really necessary for every university student? To discuss this topic, I'm joined by our guest speaker Adenia. Welcome to the podcast Adenia.
Halo Salma, thank you very much for inviting me. I am very happy to be here and excited to share my thought about this topic.
Thank you for joining us. Let's begin with the first question. In your opinion, why is English important for university students?
In my opinion, English is very important because it is one of the most widely spoken language in the world. Many books, journals, and the research articles are written in English. If university students understand English, they can access more information and improve their knowledge.
That's a good point. Could you explain how English helps students in their academic studies?
Of course, many university assignments require students to read international journals or academic articles, and most of them are published in English. Students who have good English skills can understand these materials more easily. They can also read better, research papers, and communicate with lecturers or research from other countries.
So, learning English can improve academic performance.
Yes, absolutely. Students who understand English often have access to more learning resources than those who only rely on materials in their native language. This helps them gain broader knowledge and develop critical thinking skills.
Besides education, how important is English for future careers?
English is very important in workplace. Today, many companies, especially international companies, require employees to communicate in English. Good English skills can increase job opportunities, help during interviews, and make it easier to work with colleagues or clients from different countries.
Can you give an example?
Sure, for an example, if someone wants to work in multinational company, they may have to attend meeting in English, writing emails, or giving presentation even in local companies. English is often needed because many business partners come from other countries.
That's true. Nowadays, technology is also developing very quickly. What is the relationship between English and technology?
Most technology, software, and online learning platforms use English. Programming language, computer application, and user manuals are mostly written in English. Students who understand English can learn new technologies more easily and stay updated with the latest development.
Many students say that English is difficult because of grammar and pronunciation. What advice would you give them?
I understand that learning English can be challenging. However, students shouldn't be afraid of making mistakes. The most important thing is to practice regularly. They can watch English movies, listen to podcasts or reading books, and speak English with their friends. Practice makes progress.
That's encouraging. In your opinion, what are the benefits of being able to speak English fluently?
There are many benefits. Students can communicate with people from different countries, continue their studies abroad, apply for international scholarship, attend global seminars, and build international friendship. English offers many opportunities, both academically and professionally.
Some people think that translation applications are enough, so students don't need to learn English anymore. What do you think about that opinion?
Translation applications are useful, but they cannot replace the real language skills. Sometimes translation are inaccurate or don't match the context. If students understand English themselves, they can communicate more confidently and avoid misunderstanding.
I completely agree. Now, if you were a university lecturer, how would you encourage students to improve their English?
I would create fun and interactive learning activities such as group discussion
discussion. Hope you summarize your opinion.
Certainly, in conclusion, I believe every university student should learn English because it helps them succeed in their studies, improve their career opportunities, and enables them to communicate globally. English is not just a school subject, it is an important life skill and prepares students for the future.
Thank you very much, Adenia, for sharing your valuable opinions. I learned a lot from today's discussion, and I'm sure our listeners did too.
Thank you, Salma. It was a pleasure to be a part of this podcast. I hope our discussion motivates students to keep learning and practicing English every day.
And thank you to everyone who listened to our podcast today. We hope this discussion has inspired you to realize how important English is for university students and for your future career. Remember, learning English takes time, but every small step brings you closer to your goals. I'm Salma, your host, and this is Adenia, our guest speaker. Thank you for listening. Stay motivated, and see you on our next podcast.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening and